Okay, so captions, hashtags, links, tagging people. There's a lot to know the first time that you're going to post on LinkedIn. But don't worry, I got your back. That's what we're gonna do in this video. Let me just put you down over here quickly. Sorry about the wiggle. Whether you're feeling a little bit nervous about posting on LinkedIn for the first time, or if you just simply don't know where to start, there's a lot to consider, right? Then this is the exact video that you should be watching. And isn't that brilliant? You're watching it already. Isn't life great? Love it. All right, by the end of this video, which is going to be short, you are gonna be able to feel confident and comfortable, and you're probably gonna press post on your first LinkedIn post, just willy-nilly, and then you're just gonna wander around for the rest of the day being like, I posted on LinkedIn and it was no big deal. So first things first, you need to figure out what exactly you're going to post, right? What are you going to talk about? And there are really two ways to start doing this. If you're someone who's been on LinkedIn for a while and you browse and you scroll and you like some things and sometimes you comment, but you've never really actively been posting on LinkedIn regularly, then it might be a bit strange to just go wild and start posting things about your work and career and your thoughts and opinions without any warning, right? That's why I think if you're about to really go buck wild on LinkedIn, the first post is often nice if it's kind of an introduction post. It's like a reintroducing yourself to your network, telling people that you're about to start posting on LinkedIn. Here are the topics that you're going to post about. Here's what you can look forward to by following along, right? Maybe posting a nice photo of yourself in your office environment, right? And there's a reason why this is really great. For one, people will feel connected to you. You're being authentic, you're being a bit vulnerable, and this is very, very good on a platform like LinkedIn, where people really are attracted to other humans. I know it seems crazy, but the more human you behave, the more people will want to engage with you, right? So putting out a post where you're being really honest, maybe you're even saying, I'm nervous about posting on LinkedIn, I'm nervous about what people might think, but I'm gonna do it anyway. That is a really great way to kick it off because people are gonna naturally be inclined to be a little bit more supportive of you, to be encouraging and to engage with the posts that you're putting out into the world. So for your first ever LinkedIn post, think about just introducing yourself, introducing the industry that you're working in, right? Reintroducing it, telling people what you'd like to start talking about on this platform, and then just sharing a little photo of yourself, right? A nice little professional photo that is casual but cute. Or not cute, it doesn't matter. And then of course, if you're just I don't need to introduce myself, everybody who knows me on LinkedIn knows that I'm a wild one and I'm just ready to rock and roll and I'm gonna just start posting a bunch of content that I've developed from my content pillars, then you just go for it, my friend. And Godspeed, just kidding, it'll be fine, it'll be great. And if you're curious about what content pillars are, you can watch this video. There's another video that I created where you can literally create your content pillars and come up with tons of cool ideas for your content that's all strategic and based on your actual audience in this video here. So just watch that one and then you can come back to me here. Now, once you're finished writing your caption, the caption that is going to be your first ever LinkedIn post, then I want you to do these three things, and these things are very, very important. No one of these things is more important than the other. So pay attention. Okay, sorry, didn't mean to be aggressive, but just firm, okay? The first thing that you're gonna do is edit your caption. So important. This is something that I talk about all the time because crafting a really great caption and copywriting generally on social media is all about editing. I want you to go through your caption and I want you to take away every single word, every single sentence that doesn't actually add to the story, that doesn't add to your message, and be hard on yourself on this one, go wild and really, just get rid of some of those words, because I can guarantee the first time you write a caption, there's gonna be a whole lot of fluff throughout it. So get rid of the jargon, get rid of those extra words that you've added in to make it sound a little bit nicer or whatever. And just try to say what you wanna say in as few words as possible. Number 2 is to read your caption out loud. And This might make you look a little crazy depending on where you are. Maybe you're not in a private office, but you're at a cafe. I do not care. Read the caption out loud, because this helps you, see how it actually sounds. Does the caption actually sound like you when you read it out loud? Are the words that you're choosing to use normal, words that people use on a regular basis? Or have you tried to sound a little bit smarter than you are? Just kidding. Have you tried to sound a little bit more eloquent, a little bit, smarter? Are you using big, technical, jargony words? I guarantee that if you try to write your caption in the way that you would speak to a friend or colleague, it will be much, much, much more impactful. Okay, so give that a shot. And 3, I want you to make sure in your caption that you are trying to get into a conversation with your network. So somewhere in the caption, maybe even a couple of times, I want you to ask a question. I want you to ask for someone's opinion. I want your whole focus of your first LinkedIn post to open the floor to a discussion. Because on LinkedIn, especially as a platform, people are looking to network. It's crazy, right? It's wild. It's a social network. People want to network. I didn't want to be condescending, but it's so true. We forget about that actually people are there to engage with you. They want to tell you what they think. They want to exchange ideas. So make sure it's very, very clear that that's what you want too. Okay, so make sure in your caption somewhere you are opening the floor to a conversation with your network. Okay, now that you have your caption perfectly crafted and it sounds great and it looks great and it's like you're getting into conversations and all that stuff, let's talk about those details. Like hashtags. Hashtags will help you get more exposure. They will help other people find your content, but only if you're using them properly. So on LinkedIn, first of all, 5 to 8 hashtags is usually about right, and I would veer more on the side of 5 than I would on the side of 8. So the fewer hashtags, the better. The more relevant the hashtag, the better. The more on topic, right? So you want to make sure that the hashtags you're using are not really broad and really random, but they are actually very specific to what you're actually talking about. So if I'm doing a post all about personal branding and I'm talking about copywriting, I'm going to use hashtag copywriting tips, not hashtag social media, if you get what I mean. So be specific, keep it relevant, and keep your hashtags to as few as make sense. Okay, tagging people. So this is something that a lot of people do on LinkedIn is they will tag a bunch of people in their post in hopes that a lot of those people will see the post, and then those people will comment on the post, and then your post will be seen by their network, and it's gonna be basically a completely viral post, right? Problem is, if you're tagging a bunch of people who don't actually respond to the content that you put out, this looks very bad on your part. It starts to look really spammy, and the algorithm might even identify your post as a little bit of spam, which is definitely not what you want. So when you're tagging people, make sure that you're tagging only the people who are actually relevant to your post. So if you're talking about a project that you did, that is okay. To tag people who you actually worked with makes a lot of sense. But if you're just tagging people because you want more people to see your post, this is a very, very bad strategy and it's not going to work. So if you're sure that someone will probably respond to the post if you've tagged them in it, then that's usually a good indicator that probably you should tag them in that post, and that would be a-okay. All right, tagging. Got it. Links. Adding links to your post. First of all, don't do it. Well, I mean, you can do it sometimes, but I always like to tell people, as much as humanly possible, do not add links to your LinkedIn posts. Basically, every social media platform absolutely despises it when you send people away from their platform, right? They want more people to spend time on their platform. So why would they promote content that is literally sending people onto another website? Kind of makes sense, right? So as much as you really can, try to avoid links at all costs. So if you need to send people to sign up for an event or to send them to your, newsletter or to your website, obviously you have to do this sometimes. But let's say you read an article that you thought was interesting and you'd like to share that on LinkedIn. Instead of actually sharing a link to the article, another thing you could do is take a screenshot of the interesting paragraph or an interesting section of the article, share that as an image on LinkedIn, and then add your thoughts, your opinion why you found it interesting in the caption, right? That is a much more interesting post than just saying, this was an interesting article, shared. And if you do add a link, I personally like to add my links into the comments of my posts on LinkedIn. There are different schools of thought around this. I've just found that usually when I put them in the comments, my post gets seen a lot more than when I share the link right in the caption itself. So that's up to you. You can experiment with it a little bit, but in general, I would say 80 to 90% of the things you share on LinkedIn should not send people away from the platform. It's a good rule of thumb, I think. And the last thing that I think is important to know when you're going to post on LinkedIn for the first time is to manage your expectations, right? So the first time you post on LinkedIn, you're probably not going to go viral. You might, but you probably won't. So just managing those expectations is going to be really important because I want you to be encouraged to continue, and not just because you got, 5 likes on your first post that you're never going to post on LinkedIn again because you're horrifyingly embarrassed, right? There's nothing embarrassing about that at all. You have to start somewhere. So make it your priority, make it your focus and your goal of your first post on LinkedIn to just engage with your network, to get into one interesting conversation, whether it's in the direct messages or whether it's actually in the comments of your post. Okay, so be nice to yourself. Don't go crazy and think like, I need hundreds and hundreds of likes in my first post in order to make this worth my time. Make sure that you are consistently posting, that you are experimenting, and that you're sticking to your content pillars that are backed by your brand strategy when you're actually posting. All of this will make sure that the effort you put in is actually going to, pay off in results. Isn't that what we all want? Sorry, I got really high pitched there. If you liked this video, if you found it insightful or interesting, or you learned even one thing, then it would be so nice if you gave it a like. And if you're interested in more topics like this on personal branding, on LinkedIn, on just brand strategy stuff as well, you can subscribe to this channel because, if you're new here, then you can look forward to a lot of cool new videos coming out on a regular basis. Awesome. That is all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time on the tube. Bye, everybody. Maybe I'll do a little bit of, maybe I'll light my candle. Maybe we can put, sometimes I like to light a candle before recording a YouTube video just as like a little good luck, It's like, light a candle and hopefully the video will go well. It's fine. That's good, I think. That's fine. It's good enough.